We have in the studio to talk about these formidable reptiles is Subaraj Rajathurai from Strix Wildlife Consultancy. Thanks for joining us. Our scaly friends, why have they come to this area? What attracts them?
Well, basically, saltwater crocodiles, or estuarine crocodiles as we call them, have been around all the time. They've always been here. We hunted them to near extinction a long time ago, but a few survived. And now Sungei Buloh has matured as an ecosystem. The apex predator, as you say, the top predators are the crocodiles and the otters. They've come back because the ecosystem works. Sungei Buloh is well protected. There's no fishing, there's no poaching. So there's ample food there. They don't need to stray anywhere else.
Now, they're not native to Singapore, though. Where did they come from?
No, actually, they are native to Singapore. Singapore is part of their distribution from Australia to Southeast Asia. We are part of Southeast Asia. And in the old days, they would have been far more common. When I was growing up, there were signs warning us about crocodiles, even at Japanese garden and Chinese garden. So it's just that they've shrunk. And now in an area where people go to see nature, they've become more visible and people are enjoying that. I mean, people travel all the way to Africa and India and Australia to catch views of crocodiles. And likewise in Singapore, tourists are coming from all over the world to catch a glimpse of our wildlife, including the crocodile at Sungei Buloh.
What are their territorial preferences? Are they likely to move out into river systems or even, residential?
Well, the thing is, in Singapore, basically, most of our rivers have become canals and reservoirs, and they're not really suitable habitats. And likewise, we don't really have mangrove ecosystems very abundantly around. Most of our coastlines has changed. So the crocodiles are pretty much stuck there. And that limits their breeding population. They won't be able to increase in numbers. And also the size is limited by that. So the saltwater crocodiles in Singapore are much smaller. And so that I don't foresee a problem, but nevertheless, we're monitoring the situation.
I mean, while they are smaller, they're also known to be the most aggressive of their species. Is there a real danger?
Well, the thing is, I think they get the reputation of being the most aggressive in the sense that because they grow large, they feed on anything that comes to the riverbank. And Sungei Buloh is a wetlands reserve where there are certain rules. National parks is very clear, there's signages, so as long as we stay on the footpaths, on the boardwalks, and we don't stray off the path, we're fine.
Now, speaking of the fauna in the wetlands area, is it enough to sustain the crocodiles?
Yes, basically because Sungei Buloh is protected as a nature reserve, the rivers are stocked with fish. And that's the main diet of the saltwater crocodile. So there are a lot of fish and other marine and estuarine creatures that they feed on. There's no fishing, there's no poaching, so there's no competition. So there's ample food. The otters are enjoying it, the crocodiles are too.
Let's talk a little bit about crocodile behavior. Now, if you see one kind of walking across your path, what would you do? Well,
basically you stand still. You don't go near it, you don't confront it. And you certainly don't, try and go closer for a better photo or whatever. You just keep your distance and enjoy the view. It's very rarely that they come out onto footpaths. Normally the river and the banks are where they are. But they do come out because they're cold-blooded reptiles. And so they need to warm up in the sun. They need to bask in the sun. I think we've seen enough documentaries to see crocodiles with their mouths open, basking in the sun. That's all they're doing. Opening their mouth is not a sign of aggression. It's just chilling.
Just chilling. Okay, now a little bit more of their body language. What do we really have to note out for if they are in, say, attack or aggressive mode? Well,
basically, I don't expect ours to be in any aggressive mode because they are quite small. They would try to avoid us, and that is why we've not detected them all these years. They've been very secretive. But if you do see them, basically, keep your distance, and they will not be aggressive. They will not come for you. But if you happen to come close, basically just back out. Back away, stay away from them. Don't go near around and disturb them. Even if they look like they're dead, basically they're so able to keep still.
All right, Subaraj, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for those insights. And that was
welcome.
Subaraj Rajathurai from Strix Wildlife Consultancy.